Hey everybody, this is Alchemisted, and this is a quick fleet ops this time. It's been a while, starting to gear up in production for Rise of the Redshirt again, and I wanted to take you over some of the things that have been introduced, the status of the fleet, etc., and do it really quick. So here am I. Here am I. Here am I. It's 4 in the morning. Here am I. Here I am outside the new Dilithium mine fleet holding. This is what Special Tactics is concentrating on because, let me go ahead and pull it up. Progress in the main track will give you decreases in the amount of dilithium needed for projects as well as for consumables, purchasables, etc. This will give you an item and commodity input project discount. They stack, like all of the discounts stack, and that's very nice. It will also like give you like a cooldown on like your Azura or Volval or Suliban cell ship if you're a Romulan, so you can call that more frequently. Remember when it used to be like 1 hour and then they bumped it up to 2? I guarantee you, improved call trade freighter will bump it back down to 1 hour. Madness. Let's see. So the one we're concentrating on is development, because then we will be able to knock out all of the advanced fleet equipment, basically. So we'll have advanced fleet warp cores and advanced fleet singularity, and then we're going to be focusing on trade, which will give you like advanced engineering consoles, Mark 10. Mark 10, thanks for that shit. Can you, like, that's so unnecessary for it to be Mark 10, because this starts at, like, Mark 12. Like, all of the advanced stuff in the main starbase is Mark 12 already. So why the hell are we starting at Mark 10? Really? What kind of bullshit is that? But, anyways, so, that will unlock Mark 11, Tier 2 on trade. Tier 3 unlocks like the Mark 12 stuff, which is the stuff that I actually care about. So we're going to be getting there. We're concentrating on this one right now, although I am kind of like flying solo on contributions. I have been for a couple days. The only guys who've been contributing so for a while are Light and Lord Ice, and I've been kind of like flying solo. They've also contributed, but they've also been taking care of their own stuff for a while. So, like, I don't want people to, like, constantly, like, work themselves to the bone on this. Good, except for me, I guess. But, yeah. It's kind of where we're at right now. I'm working on this. I can't fill out... I filled out everything except for the civilian duty officers. I'm waiting for some DOF assignments to finish for that. For some colonists. And I can't really do anything about the dilithium right now. Oh, it's 12,500. Nice how they put it just out of reach. Thanks for that, Cryptic. But, I can't really do much about the dilithium right now because I've already hit the refinement limit getting this one going. So yeah, waiting on a few things before I can get that one going. But, we've kind of put everything else on hold. Like, we've gotten everything to Tier 2 on the starbase, so, all Origin Station is Tier 2 across the board. See, unlocks at 700, and we've got 600. So basically, like the next big one's going to be like the science one, inevitably, with all this stuff sort of sitting here. The next big science upgrade, starbase upgrade, is going to be the Gamma Ray Tier 3. And once we've enabled that, we'll have access to Elite Fleet personal shields. And, the Starbase Tier 3, which will give us the Tailor, the Personnel Officer, the costume options. And I have heard that the grind for Tier 3 is a bitch to get, which is one of the reasons why we're concentrating on the dilithium mine. As for Westwood Hall, we are currently in the midst of the upgrade to Embassy 1. It's been pretty slow for the fleet, so yeah, we're working on that. Although, again, we have sort of like put this on hold to get the dilithium mine going. Because we want to get this stuff, we want to get some decent progression here because we want to get that dilithium cost down. We want that item and commodity input down. We want the fleet project mark discounts, get that required input down, so that we will have a slightly easier time of it because we're a fairly small fleet. Like I said, there's only like 3 people on the book for the dilithium mine on the leaderboard, so that should tell you how small a fleet Special Tactics is. So we want to get this dilithium outpost done. That'll give us an easier time. It'll make it easier for people to obtain stuff in the fleet, like people to obtain stuff from the stores and what have you. So yeah. So the mine has been called Mythic Outpost in keeping with the naming scheme of things EA has destroyed. It's kind of depressing almost, but we got Origin Station, we got Westwood Hall, now we've got Mythic Outpost. Mythic Outpost is not finished, however. You don't actually access the interior of your mine until Tier 1. I don't know why that is, especially considering the fact that there is a special freaking project for it, for the interior, that you can access at any time. I slotted it here so we don't lose it when that expires. If somebody's like in need of fleet credit and what have you, or just like wants to like support the fleet and everything else is done, they can drop a little bit in there and we'll get that done eventually. So let's go ahead and enter it. You can enter the space map, just not the ground map. Again, I don't know why that is. It's kind of silly. Like, here's like a featured project for the ground map, but you won't be able to get to the ground map for at least a month because reasons? I don't know. Come on, load. Loading, loading, loading. Get that map loading. Drink some Kool-Aid. Rawhide. Yes, load the game. Load the map already, game. We don't have time for this crap. We don't have all day for this, you know. There you go. Okay. So this is the map, and I have to say the map for this mine is gorgeous. It looks great. And there's no clipping in this. There's no clipping in the skybox. That was the first thing I checked. It looks really good. This is the celestial body, the celestial booty, that the mine will be on eventually, and eventually we'll be able to pre-emulate. Like Tier 1 dilithium mine unlocks the interior of the ground interior. Tier 2 unlocks the ground exterior. So you'll be able to perambulate around an EVA around this rock, and with that comes like fleet mining dailies that will give you dilithium, fleet mining dailies that will allow you to refine more dilithium per day, which should help fleets do inputs for projects. Lord Ice showed me this while we were Skyping. He showed me like he started a video and like showed me all kinds of stuff. One thing I asked him that I'm demonstrating now is that there is no accolade for flying through there, unlike in Stranded in Space where there is an accolade for flying through a gap like that in an asteroid, and that was the first place my mind went after like seeing the like really cool looking map was, that asteroid's got a hole in it. Come on, there's got to be like an accolade. No, there's not. Sad stuff. Really sad. You can see like little dilithium mains on this asteroid. I'm hoping that's to scale. It's not. But part of me wants it to be. Part of me will dream the impossible dream. But yes, that's the dilithium mine. Mythic Outpost will eventually rest upon this very rock. It was also suggested Maxis, but I want to save Maxis for something on a mountain. Like if there's ever like this like mountaintop like kind of like this radar station looking thing, you know? Like I wanted like this really like mining station like on the ass end of space. Like I literally said this. I think I literally said this in one of the round tables. Is I want the next fleet, I want a fleet holding that's just like this clapped out like station on an asteroid. Well, here it is. Well, at least it will be here. It's not here for some reason, but it will be here eventually. And you know, and it's just kind of like I wanted to call it Mythic, and especially wanted to call it Mythic, especially given how cool this map looks. Like, I feel Mythic is an appropriate name. Like, Mythic, this map looks awesome, so I wanted to give it like a kind of like awesome-y sounding mythic-y name. I don't know where I'm going with this. I think I just like the name Mythic Base or Mythic Outpost sounds really cool, and I think it fits this map very well. 'Cause it's magical, yes! It's magical exterior, magical space I don't even know where I'm going with it. Anyways, I want, whatever Maxis whatever Maxis outpost, I might change this to, like, Mythic Base and, like, make outpost for, like, Maxis or whatever. But whatever that is, I want that to be like the the mountaintop radar station, you know, like Maxis Base, Maxis Relay or something. I don't know. You know, I want that to be like that, just like that sensor station on like a mountain or like on a plateau or something, and that'll be called like Maxis. You know, so that's what I'm saving that for. And sad news though, if you were a fan of BioWare and you've seen their logo recently, and it literally, BioWare's logo literally reads BioWare. A division of Electronic Arts, like a division or a subsidiary of Electronic Arts, like one of those two. Really off-putting to see. Really lame to like look at it and go like, oh, it's over. You know, like look at like I knew it was over like when I got to the ending of Mass Effect 3, and all I could do was laugh. My first reaction to Mass Effect 3's ending wasn't anger. It was laughter. It was disbelief. Like, I can't believe they just did that. But yeah, like, the moment that happened, the moment I saw that, I knew, like, the writing was kind of on the wall for BioWare. You know, like, paying attention to the development of the game and, like, all the, like, the hubbub surrounding, like, the Prothean squad mate Javik. You know, like, I kind of, like, knew by that point that I was seeing like the fun, like all the stuff that happened with like the Dragon's Age games, right? You know, like not Origins but Dragon's Age 2, you know, like all of the negative reaction, you know, like all of the problems that Mass Effect 2 had, which Mass Effect 2 is my favorite role-playing game, but it certainly has problems. It's my favorite role-playing game on the 360, but it's got its flaws. And it's like half the game that was supposed to be there is not there. You know, and like stuff like Lair of the Shadow Broker, for example, originally supposed to be in the game. Now, Lair of the Shadow Broker came out and it was awesome. Still originally supposed to be in the game. But they at least managed to make Mass Effect 2 really awesome regardless of what happened to it. Mass Effect 3, as I was playing through the game, there was this sense of the game being unfinished. There was this sense of the game like being rushed, and like you get to the ending where Earth is literally not done. Like the ending of the ending sequence of Mass Effect 3 is so unfinished and unpolished. Like I actually don't think that they even like you could argue like artistic license, but I don't even think they had time to compose music for it. Like most of the soundtrack to Mass Effect 3 is recycled from previous games and previous games DLC. Like you hear the Project Overlord and the Lair of the Shadow Broker battle music all the damn time, and I mean all the damn time in Mass Effect 3. Why am I talking about this? Well, seeing that, I and it's depressing to say, but I think if there's ever like a medical laboratory at it, it's going to be called BioWare, because it's going to be called like BioWare Labs, you know, or something like that, because BioWare, man, BioWare's done. like I give, and this is a long-time fan of BioWare speaking, man. This is like past Neverwinter Nights, you know? This is like a long time. I give BioWare, and I don't want to say this, I give BioWare like 2 to 3 years at most, because EA has acquired like the Star Wars license from Disney. Look, the Evil Empire is working with the Evil Empire. There's a shock. And they've assigned BioWare as like specifically to develop new Star Wars games. That was the whole purpose of Mass Effect, by the way. They didn't want to license Star Wars again. So they made their own science fiction IP that they could do whatever the hell they wanted with. Not anymore. You know, BioWare Montreal are in charge of the Mass Effect franchise now. BioWare Montreal are the guys who developed Omega, which had a really lukewarm reception when it was released. You know, like, Citadel looked fun. It looked funny. It looked really awesome. But the thing was, you know, I could buy Citadel, but no matter how much fun I would have at playing the Citadel DLC for ME3, the ending would still be as shitty. So the Mass Effect franchise is kind of in limbo right now in terms of like what comes next and whether people will be as open and as welcoming to it as they would have been if Mass Effect 3 had not disappointed as hard as it did. And now BioWare has been reduced to the Star Wars, you know, the Star Wars studio. You know, they're developing their ongoing struggle to keep Tor running, and now they're going to be making exclusive Star Wars games. You know, in addition to developing another MMO for Electronic Arts, an Ultima MMO, which is exactly what sunk Origin. Developing Ultima Online, and all of the people getting reassigned from developing Ultima 8 and 9 to develop Ultima Online, and like just throwing people to develop those two games who had no idea what they were doing. There was no continuity of personnel at all, you know, and like everything kept getting like thrown. Like Ultima 9 like kept getting like built and then like unbuilt. Like they were like get this game like 60 to 70% done and then start from scratch again and again and again, and like engine change after engine change. Ultima Online is what really shafted Origin. Like that was the final nail for Origin, was Ultima Online, and like the damage it did to like the actual Ultima games, you know, through its development. And now they're having BioWare develop this Ultima MMO while they're struggling to run another MMO that damn near bankrupted them. You know, while dealing with the massive losses from the massive loss of faith from players from Mass Effect 3. You know, as of a huge BioWare fan, as someone who loves Mass Effect 2, despite people's complaints about it, some of which I know are justified, some of which I think are just kind of like whining a little bit, you know, as somebody who loved Hordes of the Underdark even when it first came out and was a glitchy mess, and oh my god, was Hordes of the Underdark glitchy, Jesus Christ, you know, as somebody who liked Jade Empire Jade Empire got a really lukewarm reception. You know, it's... BioWare's done. Yeah. That's really sad. I've depressed myself now. So anyways, if this kind of doomsaying appeals to you, here's where I pitch. How do you pitch after that? If you wish to if you wish to subscribe to this newsletter, cheerful that it is, and do you wish to join Special Tactics and help in the development of Origin Station, Westwood Hall, or Mythic Outpost, or BioWare Labs, when it finally shows up? No. Feel free to send me an in-game mail at Alchemisted so I can invite you into the fleet. And I think that's it. I've depressed myself. Quite a bit, actually. It's sad. It's really sad because, oh, they set such a high bar. Like aside from the I'm not even talking about like Star Wars stuff specifically. I'm just talking about them as a game developer. They set such a high bar. And now, oh man. Like, I don't even know anymore. They changed, man. They changed, man. I'm wired, and it's 4 in the morning. So yeah, that's where I'm at. It's just sad to see such a great developer fall so hard and so far. It's like in the end it doesn't even matter. You knew I was gonna make that joke, and you know who you are. I think I need to get some sleep. I think I'm going a little loopy. I'm doing so much recording this week. I'm doing so much work on so many things. I think I've already turned this into its own vlog, so I think I'm just gonna go for now. Get some rest, and then edit, and render, and render. So much stuff. Anyways, again, if you want to help Special Tactics developed past tense. If you want to help Special Tactics develop Origin Station, Westwood Hall, or Mythic Outpost, or BioWare Labs, send me an in-game mail. Address it at Alchemisted, and I will invite you to the fleet, and we'll kill them all. I don't know why Bane wants to kill them all. I think that's just what he does. Gotham City is yours. Yes, I'm Bane. Yes, that's my name. When you hear the name Bane is when I bring the pain. I need sleep. I'll see you guys later. So later.